Thank you so much, Kevin, for joining us today.
Of
I'm
course.
so excited to be here and to see you guys. This is my first time catching your show tonight.
Oh, right on.
And we have a lot to cover, so is it okay if we just jump right in?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. How's the tour going?
Oh, it's been so great. We're kind of coming close to the end of it. I mean, we still have like 3 weeks left, but it's been a 10-week tour total.
Nice.
So yeah, we're just coming along. It's been great. The crowd's been great. For the most part, the weather's been good.
Cool.
Just so much fun with the band. Like Slightly Stoopid and Pepper. It's just like, I feel like everyone in Sick Figure, we're like their younger brothers or something. Kind of like teaching us the ropes and just having too much fun. Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. So, who inspired you, or what inspired you?
Definitely my father. He's a musician. He plays bass, but he knew how to play guitar and piano and a little bit of drums. So when I was younger, he was always jamming with bands and friends coming over, and I would just grew up around a lot of music. Like Beatles was playing all the time, like every single day in my house. So I started to mess around with the piano when I was like probably 3 or 4, and I was like listening to the song and trying to figure it out. So he was like, the next week, he's like, Kevin, you want to start some piano lessons? It's like, yeah, Dad, okay. So I did. So my dad, got me piano lessons, and I did that for maybe 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
And then I was kind of getting bored, just sitting at the chair, just playing my fingers, and I was like looking at listening to music and focusing more on the drums and everything. And I don't remember exactly how, but just one day I was like, Dad, I kind of want to play the drums. Can you please get me a drum set?
Did you see somebody playing that really like lit your fire to say, yeah, you know what, I want to do that? Or
You know, I think it was just a combination of just my love for music overall, and I just gravitated towards the drums, and I was always tapping, and like, ironically, piano is a percussion instrument, right? So I was kind of already playing a little bit just with my fingers. I just wanted to get louder. So I was like, I want to hit something. That's what I remember. I was like, I kind of want to hit something.
So how old were you when you got to that point?
So I was probably like 8.5, 9 years old.
Nice.
And 9 turning 10, I believe, is like I got it for like first drum set for Christmas.
Oh wow, that's awesome. So your dad got it for you?
He did.
Nice.
Yeah, it was so funny. Like, he was trying to set it up all quiet. I think a cymbal may have fallen over downstairs in the house, but no, I was so young. Like I just slept right through it. I didn't even know. Yeah, and it came down Christmas morning. Just like,
that's gotta be a great Christmas.
Yeah, it taught me my first beat, my first drum fill. Yeah.
Nice. So, did you study and learn how to play by note, or did you just play by ear?
Well, since I had already learned piano and I had a great piano teacher, so I already knew how to read music, all the note values and everything. So that really helped me transfer it over to drums. Like, okay, I'm just really learning a new set of muscle memory and transferring the notes and the note values to like, okay, right hand on the hi-hat, left hand on the snare. And so I could immediately, instead of just learning by ear, which I also do, I also enjoyed learning that way off the bat. I could like pick up some beginner picks and stuff like that.
Nice.
I was able to do that.
Do that? I mean, that's pretty hard because the music for drumming is so different than
it definitely
piano.
is.
So.
And I started some lessons, kind of finicky at first. We just kept finding like really crappy teachers in town. But then we found this one. Her name was Jeanette. Great.
Female drummer.
Yes. Yeah. And she was amazing. I wouldn't be the drummer that I am today without her.
Wow.
She knew that I had a musical background already with piano, and I already knew the note value, so she kind of like streamlined me.
Nice.
And was like, okay, here's my book. Do this week. Just get it done, Kevin. I was like, okay, all right. And I every week I came back and I was like, yeah, I did this, and I like tried to go ahead a little bit, but it was too much.
Did you write as well? Did you write your notes? Can you actually write music?
To be honest with you, since I play in a reggae band now, I don't have to read that much anymore. So I've slacked a little bit, but I definitely, in my lessons, I do a lot of that.
Speaking of your lessons, I was blown away to see that your tour of 2015 that you were getting people to do lessons with.
Yeah.
in every city you went to. I thought that was so spectacular. That is so cool.
It was cool. It was received really well right off the bat. We did a tour. The first time I did it was actually, what year was it? It was when we toured with the Expendables. I was just like, I don't remember who I told, but it's like, I might try and like do some drum lessons before we have all this downtime. I went to Musicians Institute, so I got a lot of training there. I even like took a pedagogy class, like to learn how to teach. So I was like, okay, I want to use this now. That's what I went to school for, is to use all this shit.
So were you doing like a full-blown workshop, or were you doing one-on-one?
I had only done just one-on-one private. Sometimes people want to do it in a group, or like they come with their friend and kind of like trade off. But eventually it'd be fun to start doing some things and stuff. But yeah, for the most part, yeah, that first tour, I just kind of put it out there, blasted it on like Facebook and Instagram, and I got like 15 or 20 lessons.
Wow. See, I'm wondering, like, how do you do that? Like, all of a sudden you have downtime, but yet you still have
well, I just, you know, I know what the day schedule is at least a week out. So I get the initial contact with the people, like, hey, okay, you're down, and like, how early can we get to the venue? And it's like, okay, well, I have sound check at this time, so we can either do it before or after,
depending on. Would you go to their house?
They come to the venue. Yeah, I always find a spot, like, even if I had one today, I probably would have set up under one of these tents or in a trailer, you know?
Like, all right,
we just make it happen. Like, well, it's going to be a sweaty one, but let's do it.
Let's do it. Awesome.
But usually, like, backstage at the venue or something like that. I have had the time for just a couple of my lessons. They're like, I got to set up just a couple blocks away. You can use my studio, or a friend lets me use their spot.
Nice.
It's convenient and the time
that
works.
way. I like that. So, what was your first job? Was it in the music business, or was it?
Oh no.
Okay.
What was my first job? My first real job? Probably working for my dad. Yeah, I think so. At the time, he had a Harley Davidson motorcycle rental shop.
Very cool.
So he rented motorcycles and sold like helmets and jackets. I don't even ride bikes, but
sell them though.
my dad was like, yeah, I need you to work. So I was doing that in high school. He also has a roofing business, so I would like do book stuff for him. Yeah, he's been doing it a long time. I think he's getting close to retiring. He's stoked on that.
That's a toughie. I give him a lot of kudos.
So yeah, probably those couple jobs for my dad. I've done concert security. I worked for CSC for a little bit.
That must have been awesome. You get to see your favorite bands playing.
Oh yeah, it's great. I worked at a MoneyGram window. I've had so many.
So now I'd be afraid of that. That's somebody like hold me up or something.
Whoa, no, it was one time I accidentally paid someone out, but like somehow didn't get the money. So I owed them like $500.
And they take it out of your pay?
Yeah, it was totally my fault though. So lesson learned, didn't do that job very long.
So if you could do anything else besides being a drummer for them, what would it be?
I can see myself like still being in the music industry, probably. Managing bands, I see how much work it takes, but I feel like I can do it. But outside of that, I don't know. We just full on just hit the stock market.
Just sit back and watch the
I feel like, you know what, I've thought about it. If I didn't play music, I would definitely travel a lot more. I feel like I would just be
would you be a writer, like a travel journalist?
I love photography. That's, you know what? That's my answer. I would be a travel photographer and live out of a bag and just see how many countries I can get to before
I love that. That's
I end up somewhere where I can just go home. Exactly.
How many bands have you played with before Symphony?
Oh my god. Too many.
Wow.
A bunch. I grew up in Southern California, so even outside of the whole reggae rock scene, I was in high school, I was playing with my really, really close friends. We were doing more like metal.
Really? Heavy metal, double bass?
Yeah, like I grew up on like even like Slipknot, like the newer-ish band.
Okay.
And Panther is like one of my all-time favorite. Rest in peace, Dimebag. And Vinoy Park. But probably more than 50 bands, I would say. But you know, a lot of those.
Yeah, we're
half the time we never even played our first show anywhere.
How old were you when you got your first band?
I was in I did a couple things in middle school, but it was primarily in high school. Yeah, that's when we actually like.
Playing gigs? I mean, paid
in Hollywood, they do the bullshit pay to play thing. Probably still do it, but so our first gig at the Roxy, that was the first like actual show. I feel
Roxy's
like.
a great place.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a legendary spot. But we had to like sell tickets, and we're just selling tickets to our friends and stuff. But I think we actually ended up selling enough where we kept some of the money. But
so how did you market your first show? Like, you told all your friends.
Told all the friends.
On social media.
MySpace was kind of still pretty relevant, but you know, it was tough and living in Southern California. It's just so complicated. Everybody comes there to be musicians. Everybody that lives there wants to be a musician. Yeah, it's just like, you know, we were just doing like, I'm from San Pedro, and it's like its own little bubble music scene, so we have a lot of stuff going on there. That's where Mike Watt is from the Minutemen, and plays with Stooges. He's like one of the few legendary musicians from my town. He's a bass player. But yeah, we have this little bubble, and and it's just so many bubbles in Southern California. San Diego, like reggae rock bubble, the Orange County bubble, alternative rock. It's just like.
Well, how did you end up with Stick Figure?
I had already kind of started veering towards playing with more reggae rock. I was doing a lot of bar gigs. I was recording a lot at the studio, which is basically on 17th Street, playing with, who's the thing that's that? Oh, my good buddy Micah Brown, who actually plays lead guitar in Vibration.
Oh, really?
It's kind of funny how we both like ended up going to different bands like that. Yeah. So I was pretty active playing shows in Hermosa Beach. There's a ton of, like, there's the pier, and there's like all these bars. I was playing one of them 1 to 3 times a week. Like, I'd be here playing an acoustic gig with this person. I'd be here with Micah Brown, or I used to play with this girl Pat. It was kind of like a no doubt kind of ska kind of deal. And from one of the promoters, what's his name? Tim. It's called Resin Music. They do like Surfers Radio. He had first initially introduced me to Stick Figure's music when they were still when he was still living in Massachusetts, Scott. I had emailed Scott.
Really?
Before he moved out to San Diego, and it was just, I was always on the search for another band. The whole plan right there. So I sent him an email. Hey, if you're moving to LA, I got a spot where we can rehearse, and I play reggae rock drums. I know Sublime, I know all this stuff. I dig your music. And he ended up saying, I'm moving to San Diego, but I'll keep you in mind. And then fast forward, I don't know how many years, a couple years, the drummer he had, he's got kids and stuff, and runs his own business from home. So Scott was looking for another drummer, and it was Tim that told me that from Surfers, like the promoter that I would go see at shows, he said, yeah, I think Scott's looking for a drummer, hit him up. So I hit him up, went down to San Diego, tried out. It was just me, Kbong, Scott. I just did the fastest shuffle I could, because that's what he was all about, like how fast can this kid shuffle. And it went good, and it ended up not working out. I think he wanted someone who lived in San Diego, and so I just kept doing my thing. And then, fast forward another year, it was Cali Roots. I think it was the 3rd or 4th Cali Roots. I was playing with Mike Brown, and the band before was High Roots, and Kbong actually used to play bass in that band. So I saw him, I was like, oh, what's up? And Scott was there promoting Mariel Grim. Stick Figure wasn't even playing. He was just promoting that album. That was 2012. And I ended up chatting with both of them, and they had already been approached to go on tour with Green in the fall. So they mentioned that to me. I was like, oh, good for you, man. That's awesome. I'm stoked. Have fun. I thought they were going to do acoustic. I was like, cool, man. That's huge. Like, that was Green's first time ever going over there. I was all into all of these bands. Man, that's so cool. So a week later, Kbong hits me up and said, yeah, so you want to come and play drums on this tour? It's like, hell yeah, dude, let's do this, man. So that's kind of like the whole story.
Well,
that's what, yeah, and I I told Scott, like, you know, even a year after that, I told him, like, dude, it's so funny how this came full circle. Like, you're one of the first people I ever, like, reached out to, you know, out of my little bubble in Southern California. It's really, it's kind of crazy. Kind of giving me chills thinking about, like, it's a trip how it all just worked out. Here we are. We were only, that one tour was the plan, that was it. Scott was just like, he had never toured before. It was all him in his studio, selling merch out of his garage. He was like, he was stoked on that. He was doing just what he wanted it to do. But you know, it's like, you gotta get out there, you gotta tour.
Did you feel intimidated at all that he handled everything before you guys got together, or challenging or anything like that?
It's just a different situation than most bands who like are all friends in school. I mean, like, even Slightly Stoopid, they've been cool since they were always made music together, you know. But I've played in so many other bands where more generations music, chords, drums. I know I like already got used to knowing, like, okay, where I fit in, like, this is where I put my input in, this is where we work on things together, this is where I'm expanding, you know?
So do you find, like, now, how long have you been together?
Since we did that first tour in 2012 with the Green.
So it's been a good 6 years.
Yeah, since we started touring.
Collaborate together?
You know, for the most part, it's still Scott. You know, Stick Figure is his baby. But on Set in Stone, we all started getting involved in our own little ways. Johnny was doing some producing and like percussion and stuff, and on that side. Kbong, you know, did Smiles on bass with him. I sing backups on that, and I helped arrange some of the harmonies on certain songs, like All My Love. Sort of kind of got in there.
It's always great to collaborate with your head.
Of course. And then even on the newer tracks, for the first time I played some drums was on Above the Storm, but it was all electronic. I used more like those roll-in bits, and I gave him some fills that I used. So that's the thing. Like Scott's always done Stick Figure. It's all MIDI. Him in his zone. So.
Reminds me of the guy from Flashdance.
Right.
Things going on himself.
Exactly.
So what set do you have right now?
I play a beautiful DW set.
Is that custom?
It is, yeah. Scott, so the short story on that is Scott has a guitar maker, Scott Walker, and it's a beautiful guitar. It's like, it's one of a kind kind of copper finish system that he does. So Scott had mentioned after he got, he's like, you should get a drum set and get it for, it's not paint, but yeah, it's kind of, it's like a thin layer of copper, and then he hits it with another chemical. I think that's cool. I don't even know.
That sounds cool.
So Scott was like, let's get a drum kit. And I was like, shit, if we're getting another drum set, we're getting the freaking drum.
Did they sponsor you? Or?
Not anything official, but
you hear that? Gotta get it.
Please and thank you. No, so like nothing official, but a friend that is a part of like the reggae rock industry. He works at EW. He was like, yeah, how do you get your artist discount? So I was like, shit, that's awesome. I don't care about endorsement. Like we want the kit, you know. Do that later sometime. So we got the shelf. They're just completely unfinished maple shelves. And it was the first kit that this guy Scott Walker had ever done, so I was kind of nervous. I was like, "Shit, I hope this doesn't mess up like any of the sound quality or anything."
Yeah, that's true.
But it all worked out. You know, it looks beautiful.
So what's the setup that you have? Like
22 kick. I have 2 rack, 2 floor, so it's 10, 12. Kind of like an ode to my Goody Paul days. You know, I just like having a lot of voices on the songs, and especially the low ones, because we have a lot of like the intro, outro kind of stuff we do. It's just a lot of hits to come, and you know, a lot of like tight. So it's fun to have the 14 and the 16 to really just like give it some punch. Yeah.
That's cool. Did you ever think there was a time where you wouldn't be doing drumming? livelihood? Do you think like, okay, well, it's not happening for me this way, but it seems like you're always in something. You're always happy for yourself.
You know, when I was in high school, my parents took the time to, okay, where do you want to go to school? And I was like, well, the only things I really love to do are photography and drums. I'm a lot better at drums than I am at photography. And photography school was freaking expensive.
It was very expensive.
So I only applied to one school, Musician Institute. And I never worried about, like, I gotta do this by this age and this by that age. I tried to just, like, let it go, like, let things flow, you know? And my dad is so funny because he was always like, Evan, you know, you're 21 years old now. What are you gonna do? Where do you see? I'm like, Dad, don't worry. I'm only this old. Like, I got this. It's fine. You know. And especially a thing that also kind of set me at ease with a couple of my fellow students that I went to school with in college. They were like 10 years older than me. So I'm like, well, shit, if they're, you know, not to hold myself to anybody else's like standard or whatever, but I was like, I got a little bit of breathing room here. But you know, yeah, exactly. Like, you know, all things said, like, yeah, I really just kind of took it step by step and just was like, okay, if I'm not anywhere better in my, like, so whatever I think of my musical career, then I either like need to reevaluate everything or change path. And I never really felt that way. I was like, okay, this is working. If something wasn't working, I would just get rid of it real quick. Like, if this band wasn't working, like, taking up too much of my time, this guy was just like, I don't want to be around that person. So
well, that's smart because, you know, you're wasting time.
Exactly.
Your years go by before you know it.
Exactly. I don't want to waste time with the band that's just going to be in the garage for the next 15 years. So
I see you have this few albums that you had pressed in vinyl. Are you a vinyl collector? Do you collect albums?
not as much as I should or I want to. I haven't gotten that bug yet, but my dad has massive. I'm talking about my dad a lot. But yeah,
he's so instrumental to you.
Yeah, literally, like, he, you know, no pun intended. He's the reason why I'm doing it. But he's got a real big collection that I'm gonna see.
That's so cool. I mean, I still love vinyl and I can't live without it.
It really
I love
does
finding
have,
something in a yard sale. Like, oh,
yeah, you know, it's a great thing. I just love the sound.
Crackling in the background.
Exactly.
So tell me, have you had any embarrassing moments on stage? And if so, want to share them with us?
Embarrassing. I mean, I get embarrassed every time I screw something up. But there's been times I'm always gonna relate it to like dropping a stick. Like, I hate to do that. And I used to never. I was so confident that I wouldn't drop a stick. I wouldn't even have extra sticks. Like,
really?
I would just play with one. I'm like, I'm good. I ain't gonna drop a shit. But now as I've just gotten a little older, a little clumsier, there was one show on this freaking tour where the same like 30 seconds of the song, I dropped a stick twice, doing the same thing, like the same part of the song. And I was like, this is my last stick. If I drop another one,
like, woohoo, what's this?
I made it to the end of the song, and like one of them I think broke, and the other one I don't know. It was. I mean, who even noticed that?
No, nobody noticed, but you noticed.
Yeah, exactly. No, nothing too crazy.
I see that you were featured on the Fluid Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
How did that transpire? Did your friends or did they just approach you and say, hey,
Yeah,
you know, we really want a drummer?
Kind of a combination of the two. It kind of stems back to all the time I spent at the studio 17th Street. I was kind of like the unofficial house drummer there for like years. Anytime the producer there thinks Louis Richards, he'd call me up. I would do my day job. I was kind of in school at the time. And he'd be like, yo, no, I wish. Well, it was a great job. I was actually working with special needs kids, but not music related. So I would get out of work, and he'd call me up like, yo, I need you to the studio, this band. The drummer can't play to a metronome, or they didn't have a drummer, and the the MIDI drums were just kind of sounding crappy. So I was in and out of there a lot. And I think that's kind of with my work for Street, that's where the guys at the Blue Foundation kind of put the two and two together. Also, they're big, the guy kind of at the help desk, Rob, he's a big Stick-Figure fan, loves the sound, playing much. It was kind of like a combination of Stick-Figure and my previous work in the studio. So, yeah, I wasn't even living in Southern California anymore. I've never even messed with that.
So tell me something. Are you ready for the 11 Strobel rapid fire interview?
11? I don't even know what you said.
Well, it's just a few questions that we have. And
Okay, why not?
Yeah, baby. Hey guys. You good?
Yeah.
No hot. All right. What's your favorite food? First car?
I don't even know. My parents' Mercedes. It was old though, it wasn't like a nice.
Your favorite stick in the title?
Big Firth, 55A.
Last person you text?
You.
Your favorite vacation spot?
Oh man. Home.
And where's that again?
Well, either Maryland or Southern California.
Right,
I think I did both.
Nice. Your most memorable tour?
No. They keep replacing. They just keep getting better. Yeah.
Favorite book?
I've been reading a lot of Alan Watts. He's like one of the foremost Western minds on Western thought. He lived a little north of San Francisco. I love reading stuff. Just like makes me see things differently.
I have to check that out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add that.
Any one of his books.
Your favorite person to hang out with?
My wife.
And your favorite pastime?
Besides drums,
Besides drum.
definitely.
I was gonna say your favorite hobby.
Sorry.
And
Besides drums,
your biggest pet peeve?
I got a lot of them. Kind of like
What's
OCD
the
a little bit.
biggest?
Biggest one. I think people misspelling.
Okay.
Or
Did
improper.
you put spelling bees in school? Were you
No, I don't think I ever did.
spelling?
I think I spelled a really stupid, easy word wrong.
Awesome. Thank you so much for playing that.
Of course.
But tell me, are you on social media? Like, because our time is almost up, and I'd love for everyone to reach out to you that are listening, stay in touch, stay in touch with tours.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, fan, Facebook, Instagram. I'm on both as well. On Instagram, it's Offitzer Drums.
Stay opposite drums.
Yep. OFFITCER.
I love that.
Drums.
Like,
Yeah. Interesting name. Interesting
I
name.
love it. I'm going to make sure I attach everything in the show notes so that there's links.
Yeah.
But my next question to you is, if you had one word of advice to those who are trying to break into the business, what would you say?
Kind of in the same vein of how I try to do it myself. It's just, if something feels right, like the situation or whatever, like it probably is, and you just keep staying on that path. Like, okay, if this isn't working out, then make something else work. Don't give up. This isn't gonna happen overnight. It doesn't happen overnight, except for the top percent. You know, and even that is just all chance. It's just about like meeting more musicians, getting better, being confident. You know, like you gotta bring it when you have that chance. You need to bring it. And that's the best work. People try and like get there without doing
The legwork?
foundation. Yeah, you know, and that's.
I want to be a star tomorrow. Like, no, it doesn't work that way.
Unless you're like in a or fake like going Kardashian or whatever. Like this, you're just famous for being famous. Like, and being famous shouldn't even be your goal in the first place. It should be
It's about the music, right?
being the best musician you can be. Because all that matters is that time on stage. I always tell the guys that it's the only reason we're here. So like everything starts from there, and then everything else below that is just all connected to it, and do those well too. Do everything else, like talking to people and making good relationships and just being healthy.
Sounds good.
All of that.
So what do you do? Speaking of being healthy, when you're on the road, it's hard to stay healthy. Do you find that like you go to certain restaurants, you go to certain places to eat, or is it like a regimen that you keep when you're on the road to stay fit?
The best that I can, you know. It's changed over time. Like when we first started touring, it was tall cans of Pabst and late night McDonald's, gas stations. But since we're in the bus now, don't even see a gas station because like it's such a luxury. It's so grateful to be able to do that. And playing these tours, there's healthy catering options, or you can tell our tour manager Brandon if he's gonna like make a shop run. Everybody, and what's great is everybody in the band does their best to eat healthy.
So that's great, so that you don't fall into the bad habits of someone else's habits.
Yeah, so there's always, for the most part, there's just a lot of healthy options like fresh fruit, veggies. I do oatmeal like every single day for breakfast. I love
oatmeal. Do you eat fruit in there?
Yeah, I'll do like some berries and stuff like that.
Okay, that's so good. I mean, I was doing it for a while and then I kind of fell off.
Yeah, I've been doing it strong for a couple of years now. My wife's all into it too.
Do you add the egg whites too? Because I had a friend who used to add
Oatmeal? Really?
Yeah.
Egg whites? No, I've never done that.
With the oatmeal and
That's interesting.
filled up with
That's the thing. Like, yeah. Well, what I do add is like flaxseed, chia seed, a big dab of peanut butter.
nice.
Yeah, thickens it up. Yeah, and then like, put some almond milk in there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. So, I thank you again for being here tonight.
Definitely.
I just want everyone that's listening out there and watching out there to be sure that they check the show notes for the link for his show tonight, because there will be live footage from the show this evening. And thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I wish you a lot of luck with this.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot.
Thank you. And you listeners out there, I want you to make sure that you check out the show notes. Don't forget to stop at www.littledrummergirl.com. That's LALdrummergirl.com. So you can also check out his interviews there, as well as the live footage from tonight. So remember, it's never too late to live the life of your dreams and leave a trail blazing behind you. So rock on and rock out, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Truth.